Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to your favorite channel PhDNs. In this episode, let us see some of the journals published by Elsevier with no article processing fees. I have listed out 10 journals with no article processing fees. So before journal list, I request each and everyone to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for much more research related videos. The first journal in the list is Acta Biomaterialia. Here you can see this journal is published by Elsevier, and you can check the aims and scope of this journal. Also, if you go to open access option, here you have two modes. One is gold open access and the second one is subscription based model. If you choose subscription based model, then there is no article processing fee for this journal. If you want to choose gold open access, then you need to pay $3,210. But I recommend that to choose a subscription based model while submitting the article. The decision is very fast, and if your article is falls under the aims and scope of this journal, then you have a higher chances of your article being accepted. The impact factor is 9.7, which is really good. And if you see the abstracting and indexing of this journal, you can see it is indexed in PubMed, Scopus, Sci, Sci Expanded, etc., which is really good for a journal. So if you are looking for such a journal, then this might be your right choice. The information of the journal and the link will be submitted in the description below. The next journal in the list is Advanced Engineering Informatics. It has an impact factor of 8.8. You can see the full aims and scope of this journal, and if you can see here, it is saying that article publishing charges for open access, which means if you want your article to be published, then you need to pay this much amount of money. The decision is very fast. When you submit your article to this journal, the review process is very fast. Within 7 days, it will give you the first decision whether your article falls under the aims and scope of this journal. So let's see the open access option. Whichever journal you choose, you need to see open access options and aims and scope, which is very important. Here you can see the gold open access, where you need to pay the fees, whereas if you choose subscription based, then no open access fees is applicable for publishing in this journal. So moving on to the next journal in the list is Advanced Nanocomposite. In recent times, large number of scientific study is being carried out in nano related area, and to my knowledge, this journal is a newly launched journal, because you can see only first issue and first volume, and you can check there are 3 articles published online. And moving on to the publication charges, there are no publication charges to be published in this journal. So you can, if you have any preliminary data or any advanced data related to nanocomposite, then this journal is the best suit for your research article. The next article in the list is Advanced Sensor and Energy Materials. Here you can see the aims and scope of this journal, and if you see open access option, the open access option, if you see here under this you can see the article publishing charges. The article publishing charges for this journal is 1600 USD, but this is covered by the Academy of Sciences, Chinese Academy of Sciences, and they have an offer that the articles submitted within 31st December 2024, these articles will be waived off and the article processing fees will be covered by this Chemistry Chinese Academy of Sciences. So these institutes cover all your articles processing fee. The next journal in the list is Advances in Engineering Software. It has an impact factor of 4.8. If you see the aims and scope, they have listed down all the aims and scope about this journal, and you can see the review process, time taken for first decision whether it is suitable or falls under the aims and scope of this journal is within 22 days, and here you can see $3,980 for open access. And again, if you check open access, you have both gold open access and subscription based. If you choose subscription based, then no need of paying any article processing fee. So moving on to the indexing pattern of this journal, if you see, it is listed in Web of Science, Scopus, and other reputed databases. As I said, it has impact factor of 4.8. The next journal in the list is Free Radical Biology and Medicine. It has a decent impact factor of 7.4. You can see the complete aims and scope of this journal. If anybody is working on biology related aspects, microbiology related aspect, then this journal you can check, and if it falls under the, if your study falls under the aims and scope, then it is good to publish in this journal, because if you see the review process, the decision taken, time taken for the first decision is 11 days and the review process is less than 1.5 months, and submission to acceptance, it is nearly 2 months. Within 2 months your article will be published if it meets the journal criteria. So here you can see the article processing fee is 3,740, but if you go to open access option, you can see both gold as well as subscription based open access policy. And seeing the indexing pattern, it is indexed in Scopus, Sci, PubMed, Chemical Abstract, and other reputed databases. So the next journal in the list is Advances in Life Course Research. This journal welcomes the article related to life course research, and here you can see the article processing fee is $3,540, whereas if you go to open access option, then you can choose between the gold open access and subscription based open access policy. Moving on to the abstracting and indexing, it is indexed in PubMed, Scopus, Web of Science, and other reputed databases. It is yet to get its first impact factor, and if you could see the journal inside, it will, you can see the open access, the article processing fee, and the subject of area where they are looking for the articles. The next journal in the list is advances in mathematics. It has a decent impact factor of 1.7. If you click view more, then you can see the complete aims and scope. And here if you go and see, the article processing charges for open access is 3480. But the problem here in this journal is it takes almost 1 year to accept the articles, which is really one of the laborious or time consuming process. And open access policy, as we discussed earlier, you have both gold open access and subscription based model. So moving on to the next journal in the list, here is advances in space research. In recent times, lots of research is attributed to space as we are heading and landing or going close to the other planets. Space research is rapidly expanding, and if anybody is working on such related aspects, then this journal is best suited for them. Advances in space research. It has a decent impact factor 2.6 with a site score of 5. And here article processing fee for open access is 2780, and it takes 160 days from the submission to the acceptance, but the best advantage is it has 48% of acceptance rate, which is really good for any journal. And moving on to the indexing and abstracting pattern, here you can see it is indexed in Scopus, Web of Science, Sci, etc. So the last journal in the list here is the Microbe. It is a new journal recently launched by Elsevier, and here you can see the standard article processing fee is 2100, but now it is free. This discount is valid for all authors who wish to publish open access and submit their articles by 30 April 2024. Anybody who is working on microbiological related aspect, then you need to see this journal aims and scope and target if your article falls under the category of the area which the journal is looking for. And they also have ongoing special issue, and the deadline is 31st December 2023. So with this, I would like to conclude this session or this video and request your support to share the video as much as possible so that others can get benefited, and subscribe to my channel for more such videos in future. Thank you. Have a nice life ahead. Goodbye.